गंगाधर विकगिरिधारी श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यानंद विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यानंद विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalila Pravishya Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityalila Pravishya Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Śrī Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Śrī Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Śrī Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Śrī Svarūpa Damodar Rai Ramanandari Śrī Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदाता गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मुन देवी कंग देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाय की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। Okay, let's see. Let's see. Jai Shri Vasanta-pañcamī Tithi ki Jai. Jai Vasanti Rasa ki Jai. Jai Shri Saraswati Puja ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaura Shakti Śrī Viṣṇupriya-devī ki Jai. I think it's 7 days. Let's see if I can remember them all. So, Jai Śrī Viṣṇupriya-devī ki Jai. Tatiya Shubha Avirbhav Tithi ki Jai. Jai Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi ki Jai. Tatiya Shubha Avirbhav Tithi ki Jai. Jai Śrī Raghunātha Das Gosvāmī Par ki Jai. Tatiya Shubha Avirbhav Tithi ki Jai. Jai Śrī Raghunandana Ṭhākura ki Jai. Tatiya Shubha Avirbhav Tithi ki Jai. Jai Śrī Śrī Viṣvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura ki Jai. Jai Tirubhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Viveka Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Tadiya Tirubhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Svarūpa Parvata Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Tadiya Tirubhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. All right, let's do a little Mangala Charan and then we will begin. I'm just going to do a short one. Okay. Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Gauriya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Bharati Mingilo Daragatan Udhritya Jivaniman Krishna Prema Sudabdika Hana Sukhang pradat prabhung tang bhaje. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvang Nayamang Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Kshiptashtakamaaditaranga Madhe Kripamai Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Simran Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Srivas is here, Haribol Srivas Prabhu, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Krishna Premavati Didi, uh, Bangsiwala Prabhu, I'm guessing Indira Mataji is there, and Raseshwari Mataji, and whoever else is joining, Dandavat Pranams, also pranams to all the other, Nri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Pranams to all devotees watching in the future. Haribol. So today is probably the most overwhelming festival day of the year. How do you properly celebrate 7 personalities in one day? It's just it's too much. But it's so very auspicious day, extremely auspicious day. Um, yeah. So today's reading is going to go over time because it's not possible to talk about. We have like normally we'd finish at 8 o'clock, but that's 50 minutes from now. That would give us less than, um, yeah, that'd give us less than 10 minutes for each person. Like that'd give us what? I'm terrible with math, but like 7 minutes for each personality. So that's not enough time. If anybody needs to leave at 8 o'clock, this is all being live streamed you on YouTube, and so you can don't worry if you need to leave. You can listen to the rest later on as well. Um, so I was thinking maybe we could. There's one class that my Srila Gurudev gave in 2002, and he speaks about. I think he speaks about four. I think mainly about Raghunath Das Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur. I can't remember actually. It's been a long time since I've looked at it. But we'll read that, and then we'll also read from Srila Bhakti Vidyan Parati Goswami Maharaj. Um, yeah. Basically, yeah, we're just gonna hear the katha from Srila Gurudev and Srila Bhakti Vidyan Parati Goswami Maharaj. And Srivas Prabhu is with us, so if Srivas has anything special that you'd like to share with us, or like anything, yeah, just feel free to, yeah. All right. Oh, Dandavat Pranams, Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Haribol, and Vidyalala Sadidi, Ganga Mataji, Haribol. Okay, one second. Something really nice to read today also is the book. What is it? Well, it used to be called Prabandhavali. No, no, no. Actually, I think it's in Nectar of Govinda. Yeah, Nectar of Govinda Lila has a really beautiful chapter about Vasanta-pañcamī, but we won't have time to read that today. Okay, where did Gurudev speak this class? This is, I got this from purebhakti.com, and Gurudev, huh, doesn't tell. Anyhow, this is class, it says 17th February 2002, but I don't know where. Anyhow, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. So this is a lecture on the topics of Vasanta-pañcamī, the appearance day of Viṣṇupriya-devī, the appearance day of Śrī Raghunātha Gosvāmī. Okay. In India, there are many festivals held for the worship of Lord Krishna. There the year is divided into 6 seasons, each lasting 2 months. Among the 6 seasons, the most glorious is Vasant, spring. The Vasant season is very pleasant, for the weather is neither too hot nor too cold at that time. An abundance of fragrant flowers like beli, chameli, jui, and others bloom everywhere. And flowers such as, what's that? Ratkerani? The night queen. Oh, Ratkerani, the night queen, bloom even at night. Rivers like the Ganga and Yamuna are especially clean and pure at that time, looking as though they are simply waiting for Shri Radha and Krishna. And the lands in many places look like yellow carpets because they are full with varieties of yellow flowers. Krishna's garments are also yellow because his most beloved Srimati Radhika has a yellowish golden complexion, and he wants to be always embraced by her. Today is Vasanta-pañcamī, the beginning of the Vasant season, at which time the ras dance of Krishna was performed in Govardhan, in the village of Parasoli, by the lake known as Chandra Sarovar. At that time, the gopis were dancing with Krishna for the duration of a night that became billions of years. It became as long as one entire day of Brahma. On that night, the moon stood still, not moving from its best view of the sight of the dancing of Radhika and all her Sakis with Lord Krishna. Such beautiful pastimes were born from an ocean of rasas, saturated with unlimited happiness. And there's a picture of Radha Gokulananda during Vasanta time, the yellow outfits. Okay. Sharadiya, the autumn season, the ras dance. In Sharadiya, the autumn season, the ras dance was performed in Vrindavan under the shade of the Vangshivat tree in the beginning of Kartik month. All classes of gopis participated in that Sharadiya Ras Yatra, whereas in this Govardhan Vasanti Ras, only the highest class of gopis were allowed to participate. In this spring Ras dance, Krishna openly demonstrated the prominence and superiority of Srimati Radhika. Maybe we should sing, if there's time at the end, we can sing Varaja Vipine and Shatakoti Gopi about the Vasanti Ras. Krishna disappeared in the midst of this Vasanti Ras dance, and all the gopis were bitterly crying, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" They searched for him everywhere, and after some time they saw him in his 4-handed form, standing like a statue. Coming nearer, they said, "Oh, he looks like Krishna, but at the same time he is not Krishna. Our Krishna is not 4-handed. Where is his flute, his peacock feather, and all his apparel gone? All his other apparel gone? He now carries a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus flower in 4 hands." They prayed to him, "We are very attached to Krishna, and we are searching for him. We will die without him. If you are Narayan, please be merciful and tell us which way he went. Be merciful so that we may find him." After praying in this way, they left and went on their way. When Srimati Radhika was arriving after the other gopis had left that place, the breeze that had just touched her veil carried so much fragrance from her body that it entered the nostril of Krishna, and he thought, "Oh, my most beloved is near." He forgot that he was supposed to maintain his 4-handed form, and he could no longer hide his original form. 2 hands disappeared at once, entering his body, and his original 2-armed form reappeared, with his flute in his hands and his peacock and his peacock feather atop his head. Rasaramba vido niliya vasata kunje mrigakshi kanair drishtam gopaitum samudaradhiya yashushtu sandarshita radhaya pranayasya hanta mahima yasya shriya rakshitum Sashakya Prabhavishnu Napi Harina Nashich Chatur Bahuta. This is a quotation from Ujjvala Nilamani. At the beginning of the Ras dance, Lord Krishna hid himself in a grove just to have fun. When the gopis came, their eyes resembling those of deer, by his sharp intelligence he exhibited his beautiful forearms formed to hide himself. But when Srimati Radharani came there, he could not maintain his forearms. This is the wonderful glory of her love. When Krishna sees Radhika, his most beloved and the embodiment of all love and affection, he forgets everything else. She is no one other than Krishna. She is Krishna himself, but in the body of Radhika. In this way, Krishna returned to his own form and quickly embraced her. This occurred in Vasanti Ras Lila. In the chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita called Rai Ramananda Sambad, Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu questioned Sri Ramananda Rai Prabhu. What is our sadhya? What is the perfection? What is our goal? And our sadhana, the process to achieve that goal? Rai Ramananda replied, beginning from Varnashram Dharma. He told Mahaprabhu, according to the adherents of Varnashram Dharma, to be in family life and pursue Varnashram Dharma in order to please Krishna is the best process to please him. Mahaprabhu rejected this and said, in Varnashram, there is no pure relationship between the soul and Krishna. After that, Rai Ramananda suggested one should offer the fruits of all his activities to the lotus feet of Krishna. But Mahaprabhu rejected this also and said, this is external, go further. After that, Rai Ramananda said, one should take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, and he quoted a verse from Bhagavad Gita. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Sarvadhamma Prityaja. Krishna is saying here, if you take shelter of my lotus feet, you'll be happy forever. People all over the world think that this is the essence of the Bhagavad Gita, but Mahaprabhu rejected it as external, and therefore it's not the ultimate goal of life. He told Rai Ramananda, go on, continue further. Rai Ramananda then suggested Karma Gyan Mishra Bhakti, devotion contaminated by mental speculation and the desire to enjoy the fruits of one's actions. And he uttered the verse from Bhagavad Gita, one who is transcendently situated by realizing the impersonal Brahma never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity. He has the opportunity to realize the supreme Brahman and become fully joyful if he attains pure devotional service unto me. Sriman Mahaprabhu also rejected both concepts, Karma Gyan Mishra Bhakti and Brahma Bhuta, because they are devoid of pure devotion. And after that, Rai Ramananda gradually came to the topic of Prem Bhakti. Mahaprabhu replied to this, this may be the stage of perfection, but please go further. Rai Ramananda then discussed Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya Prem, love for Krishna, and Mahaprabhu said, oh, very good, but please continue further. In Bhakti Ras, Krishna is not anyone's father or mother. In the understanding of pure bhakti, the Supreme Lord cannot be anyone's father or a mother. He may only be a son. We can serve Krishna in any of 4 relationships. But if we think that he is our father or mother, we cannot serve him, because fathers and mothers serve their children, not the other way around. After hearing about these relationships, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rai Ramananda, please speak further. And Rai Ramananda then said, Gopi Prem, serving Krishna as a beloved, is the highest attainment. And among the gopis, Srimati Radhika is the best. When Mahaprabhu asked Rai Ramananda to give an example of a pastime that reveals Radhika's supremacy, Rai Ramananda first gave the example of Sharadiya Raslila. He said, all the gopis were dancing with Krishna, and it appeared that one gopi danced between each two Krishnas, and one Krishna danced between each two gopis. Billions of gopis were dancing together with Krishna, but all of a sudden, he disappeared. Why did he disappear? He did so to please Radhika. He took her with him, and no one knew where he or his beloved had gone. Mahaprabhu then expressed his doubt. He said, because Krishna met with Radhika after his disappearance from the Ras dance, it seems that he was fearing all the other gopis. If he openly gives up all the gopis, leaving with Radhika in front of them all, then only it will be shown that the love of Radhika is the highest. Rai Ramananda then explained, Śrī Rai Ramananda then explained about how this Vasanti Ras, then explained about this Vasanti Ras. He said, Krishna was dancing with billions of gopis, and meanwhile Radhika thought, Krishna always promises, you are my most beloved. But I see that he is dancing with me and all the other gopis as well. So perhaps we are all equal in his eyes. At that time, Radhika adopted a sulky mood and became somewhat angry. She thus left the Ras dance in front of all the other gopis, and Krishna followed her. Krishna was thinking, if Radhika is not here, there can be no Ras. There can be no meaning to the Ras. I am performing the Ras Lila only for Radhika. She is my half, my whole, my guru, and my servant. She is everything to me. She is my life and soul. In Vasanti Ras, Krishna declared this openly. Mahaprabhu then said, oh, this is good. And he questioned further, I want to know about Krishna Tattva, Radha Tattva, Prem Tattva, and Ras Tattva from you. Ras Tattva? Is it Ras? I think it's Ras Tattva. When Rai Ramananda began to deeply describe these topics, however, Mahaprabhu stopped him and said, don't say any more. These subject matters are so elevated that there is no one in this world qualified to hear them. If you continue to speak about them, I will at once enter the mood of Krishna, and I will have to give up this form of Shachinandan Gaur Hari. Rai Ramananda then stopped speaking. For us, today is the observance of the anniversary celebration of that very same Vasanti Ras. And for Krishna, this Ras is going on eternally. All of his pastimes are eternally manifest in Goloka Vrindavan, and he also displays them throughout innumerable universes as he appears in one universe after another. Here in Vasanti Ras, Krishna declared openly, my supermost beloved is Srimati Radhika. There is no difference between Srimati Radhika and Lord Krishna. Krishna manifested Radhika from his left side. If we can make Radhika happy, then Krishna will be happy, and he will be controlled quite easily. And this is the purpose of our observance of Vasanti Ras. To make Krishna happy or to control him, or to both. No. If we can make Radhika happy, then Krishna will be happy, and he'll be controlled quite easily, controlled by Srimati Radhika. Okay, I don't know, Okay, so now that was Vasanti Ras. Now Srila Gurudev will explain the appearance day of Srimati Viṣṇupriya-devī. Today is also the birthday of Viṣṇupriya-devī, the appearance day of Viṣṇupriya-devī, the wife, the power, the Shakti, the energy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. She is one of the manifestations of Srimati Radhika. She is especially a manifestation of Satyabhama, and she is the Supreme Lord's Bhu-Shakti. She had great love and affection for Sachinandan Gaur Hari. Actually, I'm wondering if it'd be nice for each personality if we recite a pranam mantra for them. Right, let's think there's one for Viṣṇupriya-devī in. Anyways, should we do it now or after? Let's look now. Where is it? Here. Viṣṇupriya. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So in Gosvāmī verse 47, says, Śrī Sanatana Mishro Yang Pura Shatra Sai. Śrī Sanatana Mishro Yang Pura Satra Jito Nripa Viṣṇupriya-devī Yat Kanya Bhu Svarūpini. King Satrajit in Krishna Lila became Sanatan Mishra in Chaitanya Lila. The mother of the universe, the avatar of the Lord's Bhu Shakti, is his daughter Viṣṇupriya. So Krishna married Satyabhama, the daughter of King Shatrajit and a Yadu princess. In Gaur Lila, the same Satrajit became Sanatan Mishra, and she became Viṣṇupriya-devī. All manifestations of Vishnu Tattva have these three energies known as Shri, Bhu, and Nila, or Lila. Lakshmi Priya Devi is the Shri Shakti of Mahaprabhu and his majestic Gaur Narayan attitude. Vishnu Priya is his Bhu Shakti, or Bhakti Shakti, and Navadvip Dham is his Lila Shakti. Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami is the Shakti of Gaur Krishna, or Mahaprabhu in the mood of Krishna. Okay, so this is Srila Bhakti Vallabha Goswami Maharaj. I just read this one paragraph here also, because it relates to Saraswati Puja. So knowledge is of two types: aparavidya, or material knowledge, and paravidya, or transcendental knowledge. Viṣṇupriya-devī is the personification of transcendental knowledge. Devotees worship her on her appearance day on the Shukla Pañcamī in the month of Magh. On the same day, materialistic persons seeking the perfection of worldly knowledge worship the goddess of learning, Saraswati. But we worship Viṣṇupriya-devī on this day of Saraswati Puja, who is the embodiment of Paravidya, transcendental knowledge. Okay, so now back to Srila Gurudev. So she is the Lord's Supreme Lord's Bhu Shakti. She had great love and affection for Shachinandan Gaur Hari and was married to him for many years. But Mahaprabhu was always absorbed in Radha's mood, calling out, "Alas, Krishna! Alas, Krishna!" and he had no time to talk with her. Though they were in one family, in one house, he was always absorbed in the ecstasies of Srimati Radhika. Thus, he was sometimes falling down and rolling on the earth, sometimes crying, and sometimes singing loudly like a mad person. Now here's a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.240. In the stage of love of Godhead, the devotee is fixed in his vow as an eternal servant of the Lord, and he becomes very much attached to a particular name and form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As his heart melts with ecstatic love, he laughs very loudly, or cries or shouts. Sometimes he sings and dances like a madman, for he is indifferent to public opinion. How does that verse start again? God. Nritya Bahya. What is it? It's a famous, super famous verse. Anyways, let's just read it here. Oh yeah. Evam vratta sapriya nama krit kirtya jatanurago druta chitta uchay hasatyato roditi rotigaya tyunmadavan nrityati lokabhaya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always acting in this way and continually weeping. If you want to develop love for Krishna, you will have to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and always weep for Krishna. We see that he was weeping throughout his life, from the beginning. This increased further when he took sannyas and left everything to go to Jagannath Puri. And it increased still further after he met with Rai Ramananda. Although Viṣṇupriya-devī was married to Mahaprabhu in his family life, he hardly ever spoke with her, especially when he returned from Gaya. Where he took Harinam and Diksha initiation from his Gurudev Sri Ishwar Puripad. His personality changed at that time. He was no longer known as Nimai Pandit. Now he became known as Bhavuk Nimai, Nimai who is always absorbed in his ecstatic moods of Krishna Prem. At this time, however, some of the inhabitants of Navadip, especially the students and his former teachers in the schools, became somewhat unfavorable towards him and wanted to control him. Mahaprabhu thought, I came to give the supreme medicine for everyone's material disease, but these persons quarrel with me and insult me. I should take sannyas, the renounced order of life, for then they will weep for me. And thus I will immerse the whole world, including Mayavadis like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Prakashananda Saraswati, in Krishna Prem. This is one of the reasons Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. On the day he decided to take sannyas, Viṣṇupriya-devī went to bathe in the Ganga. While she was on the way there, she accidentally stubbed her toe on a stone, and it was injured and bled. Then, while she was in the midst of bathing there, the nose ring she had received on her marriage day, and which is very auspicious for a wife, fell in the Ganga. Although she searched for it with great endeavor, she could not find it. She began to weep bitterly. Why are all these things happening today? Later, when she returned home, Shachimata asked her, "Oh, my daughter, why are you weeping so?" She replied, "Today I went to bathe in the Ganga. My foot was injured and I lost the nose ring of my marriage day. I don't know what is to be my fate." Her mother tried to console her. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had previously paid practically no attention to her, that night, after taking some prasadam, he decorated her hair and placed betel nuts in her mouth. That morning he had gone to visit and meet with all his associates. He had procured some milk, and he had also gotten a loki vegetable, or lau, loki, from Sridhar, with whom he would always jokingly quarrel. When he returned home in the evening, he told Shachimata, "Mother, please make loki preparation from these, adding sugar, ghee, camphor, and other ingredients, and offer it to Lord Krishna." He later honored that prasad, after which he entered the room of Viṣṇupriya-devī like a luxurious person, in royal dress, as one would dress for a wedding ceremony. Then, with love and affection, he asked her, "Oh, how are you?" He decorated her, gave her a beautiful garland, placed betel nuts in her mouth, and engaged in loving conversation with her. Viṣṇupriya began thinking, "What am I seeing? A hurricane light which burns with kerosene oil, burns brightly when it is just about to be extinguished, and it makes the sound puk puk and then tuk, and then it becomes dark. It's finished. I see now that my fate may be like this. Considering what happened this morning and seeing how he is decorating me so lavishly, giving me betel nuts and saying with flattering words, 'My dear most beloved,' I wonder what is my fate. Why is he doing this?" In the meantime, Yogamaya came and entered Viṣṇupriya-devī's eyes in the form of sleepiness. She did not want to fall asleep, but by the power of Yogamaya, she was forced to do so. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glanced at her once, and then stood up to leave home and take sannyas. Without giving up everything in this world, how can one love Lord Krishna totally? If your love and affection is divided between many persons, situations, and objects, how can you love Krishna? We have seen that in India, exalted devotees like Śrī Raghunath Das Gosvāmī and Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, and also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, quickly gave up their positions, wealth, reputation, father, mother, wife, and children. Weeping for Krishna, they left their homes and took sannyas, not remembering their homes or families at all, and always remembering Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. When Mahaprabhu was coming out of his home, he saw his mother standing like a dried-up statue with no tears in her eyes. She couldn't even think of what to do. Air was coming and going from her nostrils, but she had no external consciousness at all. For Mahaprabhu, uh, by his power of Yoga Maya, was controlling her. Mahaprabhu did parikrama of his mother 3 or 4 times, touched her lotus feet, and told her, "Mother, I am going to search for my beloved Krishna." Then in the middle of that cold and dark night, he jumped into the Ganga, calling out, "Oh Krishna!" He came out on the other side of the river in Kantak Nagari, and there he went to see Keshav Bharati to take sannyas from him. After accepting the sannyas order, Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri, and from Puri he returned to Navadvip on the way to Vrindavan. While there, all the residents came from here and there by boats and other conveyances to see Shachinandan Gaur Hari. Even dogs and blind persons came, and Shachimata also came. The description of this is so dramatic in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Yeah, it's so amazing. And everyone was present except Viṣṇupriya. Why was she not allowed to come? This is a symptom of love and affection for Krishna. If you'll give up your dearmost object for Krishna, this is a symptom that you have some love and affection for him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught this by his own example, and for this reason, Viṣṇupriya was not there. Everyone else was allowed to come, but she was not. What was she doing? She was weeping continuously. She was more attached to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu than anyone else was. And she was more detached from worldly things than even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Wow. More renounced than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, more detached. She maintained her life by taking some grains of rice, one by one, and using them as counting beads as she continually chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Every time she completed the utterance of 16 words, she picked up one grain of rice and placed it on a pile. She would wash the rice grains, one by one, with the water of her tears, as she chanted until midday. And then she would cook that rice with some vegetables. She would then give the bhog to Mother Shachi, who would offer it to her deity, Narayan. After that, she would eat very little of it, remembering the pastimes of Shachinandan. Her life was totally absorbed in Lord Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and she chanted Hare Krishna day and night. After some time, Mahaprabhu somehow gave her a deity of himself, made from neem wood, and that deity is being worshipped in Navadvip up to the present day. Viṣṇupriya used to worship that deity, weeping bitterly and talking with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he would also speak to her in the form of that deity. He would speak to her in the form of that deity. And isn't that the very first ever Vigraha of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? I think so. Shachimata also remembered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always. She used to offer him prasadam, and he used to come to her house and eat it, although she thought his coming was only her imagination or only a vision. He was bound to come, bound by the love and affection of Shachimata and Viṣṇupriya-devī. If one wants to serve Mahaprabhu or Radha Krishna, he must be like Viṣṇupriya. She was much more renounced than anyone else, including Mahaprabhu. He was renounced, but not like her. Also, he was always surrounded by so many bhaktas who consoled him. But she had none to console her. Today is the birthday of Viṣṇupriya, the appearance day of Viṣṇupriya, who is the embodiment of Prem Bhakti. She is Prem Bhakti itself. Viṣṇupriya-devī ki jai. And then somebody asks, actually, just one second on that topic. I think there's if I remember correctly, there's a pranam mantra related to that Mahaprabhu Vigraha or something, some Sanskrit verse about the Mahaprabhu here. Is this it? I think this is it. So it is said that Viṣṇupriya-devī was the first to establish the worship of a murti of Gauranga. This has been stated in Murari Gupta's diary, his Karacha. It says, Prakasha Rupena Nija Priyaya Samipamasadya Nijam Himurtim Vidhaya Tasyam Stita Esha Krishna Sa Lakshmi Rupa Chanishevate Prabhum. That means Krishna came to his beloved wife in this expansion form to remain by her side as the Mahaprabhu Diti. Thus she, the avatar of the goddess of fortune, was able to serve him constantly. The devotees of Mahaprabhu sometimes said that just as Ramachandra, who had taken the vow of monogamy, performed a sacrifice by seating Sita Devi's deity made out of gold next to him during her exile in the forest, rather than marry a second time, so Viṣṇupriya repaid her debt to her Lord in the pastime of Gaur Narayan by serving the deity of Mahaprabhu. This deity is still present and worshipped in Navadvip. Śrī Vamshi Vadant Thakur and Śrī Ishan Thakur were blessed by the service of caring for Śrīmati Viṣṇupriya-devī and Śrīmati Shachi-devi after Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Okay, so now somebody asked Srila Gurudev. Question. Gurudev, you said that Viṣṇupriya-devī is Bhushakti. So is she like Lakshmi? Srila Gurudev. No, she is like Satyabhama. Question. But we hear that Navadvip Dham is non-different from Vraj. Gurudev. Yes. Then how can Satyabhama be in Vraj Leela? And Gurudev says, Radhika has come as Gadadhar Pandit, and Śrī Swarup Damodar and Śrī Raghunanda have come as Lalita and Vishaka. The associates of Nrsimhadev, Ramachandra, and all other incarnations have also come to Navadvip, because Shachinandan Gaur Hari includes all incarnations. All incarnations are within him. So Satyabhama may also come to Navadvip Leela and have the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then somebody asks, is this also true in Svetadvip or Navadvip in Goloka Vrindavan? Gurudev. Yes, they all can be there also. Everything exists in Krishna, as stated in the Vedanta Sutra. Viruddha dharmam tasmim nachitram. All mutually contradictory characteristics exist harmoniously in Lord Krishna's pastimes, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. And somebody asks, so we worship Viṣṇupriya-devī and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the path of Archan, following the principles of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, in a regulated way, in awe and reverence? Srila Gurudev, yes, one serves Viṣṇupriya-devī and Mahaprabhu in Archan Marg, and he serves Gaur Gadadhar in Bhav Marg, that is, hearing, chanting, etc., and spontaneous love following in the footsteps of the gopis. Okay, so now the appearance day of Śrīla Raghunath Das Gosvāmī. And here's a picture of Śrīla Raghunath Das Gosvāmī's Pushpa Samadhi at Radhakund. Today is also the birthday of Śrīla Raghunath Das Gosvāmī. If you want to become pure devotees, you will have to follow Śrīla Raghunath Das Gosvāmī. If you want to follow, but you are weak, as Śrīla Gaur Govinda Maharaj says, Mr. Dog, Mr. Hog, Mr. Pig. and some are like camels, tigers, or bears. So we want to follow, but we're weak, like Mr. Dog, like Mr. Hog, Mr. Pig. Some people are like camels, tigers, or bears, but we must try to follow Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. He was wealthy and he was situated in a high position, but he left everything for Krishna and continually cried, O Krishna, O Shachinandan, Gaur Hari. By the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, he quickly received the shelter of Mahaprabhu, hardly eating anything, but somehow maintained, hardly eating anything, he somehow maintained his life. And he went to Vrindavan after Mahaprabhu departed, and he lived at Radhakund. Without the mercy of Guru, you could not have love and affection for Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa is essential, and Guru Nishta is the backbone of all kinds of bhakti. When Srila Raghunath Das Goswami received the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, all his problems and obstacles quickly disappeared, and he was able to leave home to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Performance of bhajan in one's house while still living with one's father, mother, wife, and husband is one kind of bhajan. But that kind of bhajan cannot give the fruit of love and affection for Krishna. One day, you will have to thoroughly give this up. The first symptom of real bhakti, achieved by the austerities of chanting and remembering Krishna, is causeless knowledge and detachment from this world. You will surely become renounced, whether you are in worldly life or in the renounced order. If you are chanting seriously and perfectly, renunciation is bound to come. We have heard that when Guru Nanak, when who founded the Sikh religion, was young, his father told him, "Go to the market and bring back the ingredients we need to sell at our shop." On the way to the market, he came upon many Vaishnavas and sadhus. Seeing that there was no management of prasadam for them, he quickly went to the market and brought all the paraphernalia needed to make a festival for them. And for that purpose, he spent all his father's money. He later returned home empty-handed, and his father asked, "Where are the ingredients I told you to buy? Where's the rice, the dal, ghee, and other things?" Guru Nanak replied, "I did the shopping, but I have given all the goods for the service of Vaishnavas. In this way, I have done some very good shopping for my future life and for the benefit of my whole dynasty." He had so much strong belief in Krishna. He knew that if one serves Krishna, Krishna will give him everything he needs. We do not have the same belief, and therefore it is even very hard for us to give a penny. Some persons can give some of their wealth, but he gave everything. Very interesting, giving the example of Guru Nanak. Because Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was chanting and remembering Krishna, having been spiritually brought up by Srila Haridas Thakur and initiated by Śrī Raghunandana, some good effect was bound to come. He became detached from the world, and he considered Krishna to be his father, his mother, and his everything. All tattvas came in his heart, and he quickly left his home and beautiful wife. He was the only son of his father, who was as wealthy as a king, and his wife was as beautiful as Miss Universe. It would have been very hard for an ordinary person to give up such luxuries. After leaving home, Raghunath Das did not travel on the main road. Hiding, he went on the village route, not eating anything except some puffed rice and some milk. And a journey of 1 month passed quickly in 12 days. At that time, there were no trains or cars, but he ran quickly without taking any time to bathe. When he came in Jagannath Puri, he did not go to see Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. He came directly to the assembly of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is surrounded by many associates like Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda. Someone told Mahaprabhu, "Raghunath has come," and Mahaprabhu quickly embraced him and said, "Oh Raghunath, you have just come from the ditch of stool." Sometime before, Mahaprabhu had told him to return home, but now he said, all worldly life is like stool, and Krishna is so merciful that he delivered you and you have come out from that house. Mahaprabhu then placed him in the hands of Sri Swarup Damodar and Śrīla Raghunath Das Goswami. Thus began a transcendental life. Always hearing from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Swarup Damodar, Śrīla Rupa Goswami, and Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, Śrī Virkeshwar Pandit, Śrī Gopal Guru, and Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura. The life history of Śrīla Raghunath Das Goswami is one of the jewels in Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita. And moreover, much of what Śrīla Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he had heard from the lotus mouth of Raghunath Das Goswami. Try to remember his life and character. If you do, a power will enter within you, and you will be able to become a devotee like him, whether you are in worldly life or renounced life. Try to be like him. We cannot be like him without help, and therefore we pray to Nityananda Prabhu to help us. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Okay, so that is the end of that class by Srila Gurudev. Be nice to recite there's a pranam mantra that we're including in the Gaudiya Giti Kucha for Raghunath Das Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami together. I think I posted it on Vine of Devotion. One second, let me just find it. And also we can look at what it says in Gaur Ganaresh Dipika. Where is Raghunath Das Goswami? Here. First we'll read what it says in Gaur Ganaresh Dipika. So it says, Dāsa Śrī Raghunathasya Purvakya Rasamanjari Amung Kechid Prabhashante Srimam Rati Manjarim Bhanumatyakaya Kechit Ahustam Nama Bhedata. Three different names are ascribed to Raghunath Das from his previous identity as a Manjari. From his previous identity as a Manjari in Krishna Lila. Some say he was Ras Manjari, others Rati Manjari, and yet others Bhanumati. That's Gaur Ganaresh Dipika 186. Interesting. All right. And he appeared in around 1495 AD. All right. Let's look at the pranam mantra I was mentioning. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So this is from the Sadhan Dipika, and it's quoted in Bhakti Ratnakar 6-290. Rupeti nama vadabhorasane sadatvam Rupam cha sangsmara mana karuna svarupam Rupam namaskaru shira sadayavalokam Tasya dvitiya sutanung Raghunatha dasam. O tongue, always chant the name Rupa. O mind, remember Śrī Rupa, the embodiment of compassion. O head, bow to Śrī Rupa, whose glance distributes mercy. In this same way, chant, remember, and bow to Śrī Rupa's non-different form, Śrī Raghunath Das. अच्छा. तो बैगेर मध्ये अच्छा ठीक আছে 7,000 ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, রেখে দেবো। Sorry. Okay. What am I doing? Sorry, guys. Okay. Now let's go to Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja's katha for the other personalities. Where is it? I think it's here. Yeah. Okay, so I'll put this on a Word document so that we'll skip Raghunath Goswami. Here, let me just, okay, let's delete this. Sorry, guys, just give me 1 second. We'll skip Raghunath Goswami, then Raghunandana Ṭhākura, Viśvanātha Chakravartī Thakur, and Śrīla Bhakti Viveka Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj, and Bhakti Svarūpa Parvata Goswami Maharaj. Okay, we'll read all this. All right. Okay. Oh, this is actually not so long. Only 1,189 words. Okay, cool. Today is Vasanta-pañcamī, the beginning of the spring season. Oh, and this is a class that Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj gave when? Let's see. He gave this class in February 1st, 2017. Okay. Today is Vasanta-pañcamī, the beginning of the spring season. From today onwards, they will stop offering warm clothes to Lord Jagannath. Today also happens to be the appearance day of Śrīmati Viṣṇupriya-devī, Mahaprabhu Shakti, Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, Śrī Raghunātha Gosvāmī, and Śrī Raghunandana Ṭhākura, along with the celebration of Saraswati Puja. Additionally, it is the disappearance day of Śrīla Viṣvanātha Cakravartī Thakur, Śrīmad Bhakti Viveka Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj, and Śrīmad Bhakti Svarūpa Parvata Goswami Maharaj. It is also the annual festival of Śrī Chaitanya Gaudiya Math in Tejpur, Assam. Even if I limit myself to speak only 10 minutes on each person, it would take a lot of time. Oh, and if anybody needs to leave now, because I know it's 8 o'clock, Dandavat Pranams. Oh, and Haribol Chatamai Mataji, I already saw Nadi Krishna, right? And Jai Shri Didi, and Hari Priya Didi Haribol. Okay, so additionally, yeah, Saraswati Puja. There are two types of Saraswati, Vidya Saraswati and Shuddha Saraswati. Vidya Saraswati is worshipped by materialists, upon whom she bestows material education, by which they remain attracted to the material world, whereas Shuddha Saraswati takes us, the devotees, towards the Lord. How can we understand this? I love this picture. How can we understand this? All the scholars were intimidated when Digvijay Keshav Kashmiri Pandit, the undefeated champion of learning, arrived after triumphing over the entire country. They began to fret. What can we possibly utter in his staggering presence? When Digvijay Pandit approached them in search of a worthy opponent, they unanimously recommended the name of Nimai Pandit, the teacher of Sanskrit grammar. When Digvijay Pandit approached Nimai, he said, "I have heard that you teach Kalapa Vyakaran." Nimai Pandit humbly responded, "I only act as if I'm teaching. Factually, I cannot teach properly, because when the students inquire, I'm incapable of clarifying their doubts adequately." Then Digvijay Pandit quipped, "So you won't be able to understand Alankar Shastra." Nimai prompted, "I don't understand it, but I've heard of it. But I'm desirous of hearing from you the glories of Ganga. Kindly oblige." Like a cyclone, the Digvijay Pandit instantly composed many shlokas in glorification of Ganga. When he was done reciting, Nimai chose a shloka from the middle of his composition and asked him to consider the faults and qualities of that particular shloka. The Digvijay Pandit affirmed, "There are no faults in my composition, only qualities. You would not understand it anyway." Nimai said, "This is the reason behind my inquiry." Then he pointed out a fault in his presentation where Digvijay had composed the term Bhavani Bharatur. Nimai explains that the word Bhavani in itself implies the wife of Shiva. However, by adding Bharatur, it implies another husband of Bhavani. Then that is when it dawned upon Digvijay Pandit that he had met his match. Being unable to counter Nimai's critique, he became very anxious. Nimai encouraged him, "At least mention the qualities of the shloka." Rendered utterly speechless, Digvijay Pandit could not even do that. He could not do even that. Nimai then said, "Go today, read the scriptures again, and we can discuss tomorrow." But Digvijay Pandit was not able to rest at all that night. In a state of panic, he prayed to Saraswati Devi. He said, "I have conquered the whole of India, but I have lost to a mere child today. Oh Devi, I must have surely committed some offense." Saraswati Devi replied, "It was not an offense. I am Vidya Saraswati. I can defeat the material world. But that boy is my husband. In front of him, I cannot speak. But you are so fortunate. The benefit of education is not in defeating others. Rather, it is in rendering devotional service unto Krishna's lotus feet. You are fortunate that you have received his darshan." In the first verse of Śrī Shikshashtak, there is a phrase, Vidya Vadu Jivanam. In order to make fools like us understand, Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur, while elaborately explaining the first verse of Shikshashtak, delineated Vidya Vadu Jivana as Vishuddha Vidya Vadu Jivana Rup, the life of the bride of transcendental knowledge. Notice that he used the prefix Vishuddha while mentioning Vidya, indicating Shuddha Saraswati. So it is clear that there are two types of Saraswati. Okay, now Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. Let's find Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. Probably early on, right? Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. Where's Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi? Oh, there he is. Okay. So this is from Gaura-Ganodeshtipika 54. It's a long verse. Vrishabhanutaya khyata purayo vrajamandale adhuna pundarikaksho vidyanidhi mahashaya swakiya bhavamasvadya radha viraha katara chaitanya pundarikaksham aye tata vadat swayam prema nidhitaya khyating gora yasmai dado sukhi madhavendrasya shishyatvat Gauravang cha sadakarut tat prakasha visheshopi mishra Shri Madhavo mata ratnavati tu tat patni kirtida kirtita budhai. So this is Gaura-Ganodeshtipika verse 54. It says, "He who is previously known in Vraj as Vrishabhanu is known here as Śrī Puṇḍarikaksha Vidyānidhi." When Mahaprabhu was afflicted by the feelings of Srimati Radha's intense love and separation from Sri Krishna, he would call him Father. Gaurachandra was Gaurachandra, Mahaprabhu would call him Father. Gaurachandra was very pleased with Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi and entitled him and gave him the name Premanidhi. He called him Premanidhi, or the treasure house of love. Mahaprabhu always treated him with respect because he was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Madhav Mishra is said to be his expansion. Vidyanidhi's wife, Ratnavati, was Kirtida in Vraj. Oh, and Madhav Mishra is the father of Gadadhar Pandit, which makes sense. Interesting, huh? So Vrishabhanu Maharaj, in one form, he became Madhav Mishra, and was the father, like the actual biological father of Gadadhar Pandit. But in another form, he is Pundarik Vidyanidhi and was the guru of Gadadhar Pandit. Very neat, huh? All right. So let's go back to this. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami. In Gaur Lila, Vrishabhanu Maharaj appeared as Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, and Srimati Radharani appeared as Śrī Gadadhar Pandit. Once Mukunda said to Gadadhar Pandit, "Today I will take you to meet a wonderful Vaishnav." As he took Gadadhar Pandit to meet he said that as he took Gadadhar Pandit to meet Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. And here is a picture of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. As they arrived, Gadadhar Pandit was bewildered to find Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi reclining comfortably on an ornate bed, its legs carved out of special inguli wood, holding a mattress as soft as milk. His eyes fell on the golden spittoons next to the bed. Those who did not know him would consider him to be a prince, as everything about him and around him gave the impression that he was a man of an easy and comfortable life given to pleasure. Immediately, a doubt arose in the mind of Gadadhar Pandit. How can one be a Vaishnav if he is enjoying such opulent facilities? Perceiving the doubt in Gadadhar Pandit's mind, Mukunda quoted a shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam 3:23. Aho bhakiyam stanakalakutam jigangsaya payayadapyasadvi lebhe gatim tatuchitam tatonyam gangvadayalum sharanam vrajema. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to a she-demon, Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast? As soon as Vidyanidhi heard this description of a devotional service, he began to weep incessantly. An unprecedented flow of tears from his eyes appeared. All the symptoms of ecstatic love, like tears, shivering, perspiration, losing consciousness, hairs standing on end, and loud shouting, simultaneously manifested in his body. He could not remain steady and fell to the ground. He broke all the surrounding paraphernalia by the kicking of his feet. Nothing was spared. What happened to the opulent pond container and the nicely prepared pond? What happened to the water pots that were used for drinking water? Where did the bed fall by the kick of his feet? Out of ecstatic love, he tore apart his opulent clothes with his two hands. What happened to his opulently styled hair as he rolled on the ground and cried profusely, "O Krishna, O my Lord, O Krishna, O my life and soul, you have made my heart hard like wood or stone." He lamented and cried loudly, "In your present incarnation, I have been deceived." He fell to the ground and rolled about so forcefully that everyone thought, "Have his bones been broken to pieces?" He shivered so vigorously out of ecstatic love that even 10 men could not hold him still. Clothes, bedding, water pots, bowls, and all other paraphernalia were smashed by the kicking of his feet. There was not a single item spared. After manifesting ecstatic symptoms for some time in this way, he remains there lying unconscious. That was all from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Lila 7 verses 78 to 92. This incident proves that Vaishnav darshan is not obtained merely by observing the external appearance of a Vaishnav. Seeing all these ecstatic symptoms on the body of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, Gadadhar Pandit realized that Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi was a great Vaishnav. Worried that he had committed an offense onto Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi, he resolved to accept Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi as his spiritual master and thus atone for his offense. Today is the appearance day of Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi. And now is Śrī Raghunandana Ṭhākura. There's a beautiful song on this pastime. Um, have you, there's one like a Lila Kirtaniya with his name's Suman Bhattacharya, and he did a whole thing of this like a whole whatever performance about the life of Raghunandan Thakur, and then he sings this kirtan, and the melody is so beautiful. And that song is also included in Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj's um, his book, Sri Chaitanya and His Associates. But yeah, I'd like to translate it sometime and send it out, but not today. So Śrī Raghunandan Ṭhākura was the son of Mukunda, who was a doctor in the royal court. Mukunda was such a premika bhakta that just by seeing a peacock feather, he'd faint in love of God. Once Chaitanya Dev asked Mukunda, "Tell me, Mukunda, is Raghunandan your father? Or are you Raghunandan's father?" Mukunda said that Raghunandan was his father. He said this because he accredited Raghunandan for having received Krishna Bhakti from him. I love this Gorgopal deity. He's like almost square. He's so fat and short. Oh, I love it. Isn't that the most like this is so Sri Gopinath and Gaur Gopal of Raghunandan Thakur and Sri Khanda. Yeah, just look at that Mahaprabhu. He's like shorter than a midget. Oh, okay. And there's the Gopinath. And see, look, there's a little Ladu on his hands there. Oh man, I want to go to Sri Khanda. Okay. Once Mukunda had to go away for service. Thus he asked Raghunandan to serve their deity, Lord Gopinath, in his lieu. Raghunandan offered bhog to Gopinath, but observed that Gopinath did not eat. And this is the vigraha that he offered the ladu to, right there. Very beautiful, huh? But Gopinath did not eat. So, as a small boy, in his simplicity, he assumed that the Lord would eat just like people normally do. So when he noticed that the food was still intact, he began to cry. He thought that because he did not know the mantra and the procedure properly, the Lord would not accept food from him. Thus he prayed, "My father will come home. My father will come home soon and will scold me. So please eat." At this point, seeing his devotee's helplessness, the Lord, who is controlled by love, had no choice but to accept. So when Raghunandan brought back the offering plate, it was empty. The Lord had eaten everything. When Mukunda returned and heard about this, he was astonished to hear that the Lord had eaten everything. When Raghunandan was questioned, he became confused. He said, "You asked me to serve the Lord, and now you're asking me how the Lord ate everything?" To resolve the matter, they made some big coconut ladus and asked Raghunandan to offer it to the Lord. Meanwhile, Mukunda hid himself in the room to see if the Lord really eats the offering. Raghunandan offered the ladu to Gopinath by hand. With Mukunda hiding, when Raghunandan called the Lord to eat, he did not come because Mukunda was hiding there. Seeing this, Raghunandan began to cry, thinking that he would be chastised by his father. Unable to see his tears, not being able to tolerate seeing the tears of Raghunandan, the Lord came and accepted the ladu and started eating it. After the Lord ate half of the ladu, Mukunda appeared in front of him, and hence the Lord abruptly stopped eating. Jai Śrī Raghunandan Ṭhākura ki jai. Right, and now Śrīla Viṣvanātha Cakravartī Thakur. Yeah, but I'll translate that song eventually. Maybe I could translate it now. I have too much to do. Okay, so here's Śrīla Viṣvanātha Cakravartī Thakur. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has mentioned that the Kam Gayatri mantra contains 24 and 1/2 syllables. When Srila Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur could not understand how the mantra contains 24 and 1/2 syllables, even after a lot of research, he decided to fast to death, lamenting, "I am literate, yet I cannot understand this." He had fasted for 3 days until Radharani appeared to him in a dream and said, "Hari Vallabha, check in Varnagram Bhasvat. The letter Ya comes before the letter V. The letter Ya which comes before the letter V is considered to be a half syllable. Krishnadas is my devotee, Krishnadas is my devotee. Therefore, there can be no mistake in his writing." Satisfied by this resolution of his doubts, then he broke his fast. Srila Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur has composed Śrī Gurvashtakam, which we recite every day. He has also composed an ashtakam extolling the glories of Nartam Das Thakur and commentaries on the Bhagavat, the Bhagavad Gita, in addition to books like Madhurya Kadambini, Aishwarya Kadambini, and so many others. Today is his disappearance day. And now Srila Bhakti Viveka. Oh, and let's recite the pranam mantra for Srila Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur. We're including it in the song book. Where is it? One second, let me just open it. This is, one second. Oops, sorry guys, one second. Here. This is the new songbook that not many people have seen yet. Only a couple people who proofread it. Yes, the obeisance to Srila Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur. Okay. So Vishvasya Natarupo so Bhakti Vartma Pradarshanat Bhakta Chakre Vartitatvat Cakravartyakhya Bhavat. The meaning is, he is known by the name Vishwanath, Lord of the Universe, because he indicates and illuminates the path of bhakti. And he is known as Cakravartī because he always remains within the assembly of pure devotees. Therefore, his name is Vishwanath Cakravartī. Okay. Jai Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur ki jai. Now, next is Srila Bhakti Viveka Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Today is also the disappearance day of my Shiksha Guru, Tridandi Swami Srila Bhakti Viveka Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja, a jewel-like disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who is especially empowered by Mahaprabhu. Srila Bhakti Viveka Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja was a senior sannyas disciple of Srila Prabhupada and a very good preacher of wonderful character. And here's a picture of him. So big, huh? All right. Before joining the Math permanently, he was working as a secretariat. I don't know how you say that. Anyways, and he would spend his holidays in the Math on Ulta Danga Road. He stayed on the first floor. During one such visit, he was returning to his room when he heard Srila Prabhupada mention him. There was that boy. I don't see him anymore, but I recall how he used to hear Harikatha very carefully. Then he heard someone reply, he has left to get married. Srila Prabhupada asked, nobody could make him stay back? Then Mahārāja, who was already climbing the stairs, appeared in front of Srila Prabhupada and announced, I have returned. Srila Prabhupada asked, you came back? To which he affirmed, yes, I have come back. After this incident, he never left the Math, nor did he get married. Once, although it was raining outside in Mayapur, he took the initiative to clean vessels while getting drenched in the rain. When Srila Prabhupada observed this, feeling that he had the appropriate qualification to accept sannyas, he told him it would be good for him to take sannyas. Wow. He had a very tall figure. When he performed Nagar Sankirtan, he would attract many people. Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj had a broad face, and he did very nice kirtan. Being absorbed in kirtan, he would lift his hands up. He preached extensively. His katha was always very sweet. Once while preaching in Dhaka, several people opposed him, as there was a strong Sahajya influence there. Nobody was prepared to even rent out a building for the Gaudiya Math. Nevertheless, Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Goswami Maharaj spoke katha in Dhaka for a month and attracted many people to attend his programs. He had resolved to acquire land in Dhaka for the Gaudiya Math from the municipality there. Land could easily be obtained with the help of a letter from the commissioner granting permission. However, because of the prevailing opposition to the Gaudiya Math, no Hindu was willing to give their recommendation. In the end, a Muslim commissioner recommended him, and hence a large math was established in Dhaka. There's some brahmachari in the Dhaka Gaudiya Math, and he always messages me wanting to know updates about the Gaudiya Kirtan app when it's going to be ready. He calls me also sometimes. Yeah, okay. I think it's called the Madhva something Gaudiya Math, if I remember correctly. So Mahārāja carried out so much preaching there. Once there is an exhibition, a pradarshini, in which the story of Chota Haridas was depicted. There is also a picture depicting people collecting money from pilgrims in exchange for darshan of the deity in a temple. The same type of people were also depicted using shaligram to break groundnuts for eating. While this exhibition was largely opposed in Kolkata, the people of Dhaka very much appreciated it. Srila Bharati Maharaj made another math in Swargadwar by the name of Gaudiya Asan. He later handed the math over to Bhakti Śrīrup Siddhanti Maharaj, whose sevaks are taking care of it now. The person in charge of that math, his name is Muni Maharaj. He's very nice. He also handed over his Kolkata math to Srila Svarūpa Siddhanti Maharaj. Okay, and now Srila Bhakti Swarup Parvata Goswami Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Swarup Parvata Goswami Maharaj was from Godrum. When he was a young boy, Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinod used to give him 2 kartals and sent him out, instructing him to sing the kirtan Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Upon his return, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur would give him prasad. Very sweet. On the instruction of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he took Harinam from Srila Krishnadas Babaji. That was Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's disciple, whose samadhi is next to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in Godrum. Later on, Srila Krishnadas Babaji said to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, "As per your instruction, I gave him Harinam, but I am not qualified to give him Diksha." So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur asked him to take Diksha from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Parvat Maharaja's speech was quite harsh. Hence, people were not as inclined to hear from him. Once he gave a talk in a school in Kaptipada, Orissa. He said, "What should I speak? What will these people understand? They are not yet educated. How will they understand if they are uneducated?" The teachers and the king of Kaptipada were also present there, and they all opposed him. Suspecting that the upset citizens might try to attack him that night, the sevaks of Srila Parvat Maharaj suggested, "You don't need to go. We will go and do kirtan and come back." But Srila Maharaj did not agree. He said, "Guruji sent us to preach, not to spoil the preaching. Due to my mistake in delivering the speech, if somebody beats me, I will tolerate it. Regardless, I will go there." At the beginning of his speech, he asked his audience, "What is Akshar Gyan?" This material world is Kshara Vastu. It is a destructible object. Brahma is indestructible. Bhagavan is not part of this material world. Krishna Bhakti is transcendental to the material world. This is the real knowledge, and those who don't know this are therefore considered uneducated. Hearing his speech, people were astonished to hear what Mahārāja actually meant by education and appreciated his explanation. Later, Mahārāja established a mat in the same place. In another instance, he took the mud from the place where Srila Prabhupada was sitting when he had gone to preach and used that dust to establish a temple in Udala. Later, having met with an accident, traveling became very difficult for him. Still, he used to sit in a bullock cart or use a stick and travel for preaching without complaining. He never stopped preaching. He was very strict. He used to give 1 cup, 100 grams of wheat flour to his sevak to make 4 rotis for him. Once, his sevak made 5 very fine rotis. Seeing this, Mahārāja chastised him heavily. I asked you to make 4. Why did you make 5? The sevak explained, I did not add more flour, but with the same amount, I made the thin rotis so that it would be easier for you to mix with milk. Mahārāja would not accept this. He simply said, you are trying to feed me more and kill me. In reality, he wanted to teach his sevak that one should follow Guru's order exactly, without the slightest deviation. Even though his sevaks feared him, nevertheless, their service attitude was so remarkable. They took very good care of him, especially when he was paralyzed. They would clean his toilet, carry him, feed him, and so on. So I have deep respect for all his servants. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj used to say to his servants, I feel like embracing you for your Guru Seva. And that's right. We were reading about that the other day, that the real symptom of somebody who has Guru Nishta, like real devotion for their Guru, is that they will have love for the servants of Shri Guru. So Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj would say to, and this is the servants of his Guru, right? So he says, I feel like embracing you for your Guru Seva. After he disappeared, they used to celebrate their annual function on his disappearance day. Our Guru Maharaj would attend that function. Later, Shri Bhakti Vallabha Maharaj and I used to go every year. It is not possible to mention all the details in one day. Therefore, I will tell more at another time. I just touched upon all these points because it will be an offense if I fail to honor them on their tithi. So I remember them today and offer my Dandavat pranams to them, seeking their mercy. Jai Srila Bhakti Bhārati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. All right, so it is 8:30. Right? Yeah, we can end here, or maybe we can sing. Yeah, maybe let's sing. How does it go? Shatakoti Gopi and Varajavipini or Vasanta-pañcamī. Let's see. Where is it? You guys are getting into this. Hey, where are the Bengali songs? I guess this is an old file. One second. This that's so annoying. 1 second. File, recent files. View all recent files. Actually, I think it might have been, let's see, Radha. Whatever. Sorry, guys. I'm taking too long. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, I'll make the text big. Yeah, and I'll get the mridanga and then we'll start. Okay. Oh, Varaja. My throat's not so good today, but anyhow. Krishna. Okay. Oh, Varaja Vipine Jamuna Kule Mancha Manohara Shobhita Phule Vanaspati Lata Tushaye Aankhi Tarupari Koto Dakaye Paki Tarupari Koto Dakaye Paki. Maybe I'll read the translation also so we know what we're singing. In the forests of Braj, along the banks of the Yamuna, there are enchanting platforms beautifully decorated with flowers. Varieties of fruit trees and creepers give satisfaction to the eyes. On them, many birds sing sweetly. Actually, I'll read the translation first and then sing the Bengali so that we know the words that we're singing. A cooling breeze from the Malaya hills blows gently, and a swarm of bumblebees wanders about in search of honey. The full moon of the spring season continuously distributes its soothing rays out of love. Malaya yanilo vahaye dhire ali kola madhulo bhete fire Vasanti-raka urupatada komudi bhitare adare sada komudi bhitare adare sada. At such a time, the supreme relisher of ras, Muralidhar Shri Krishna, begins the ras dance. In the midst of millions of lovely cowherd damsels, Shri Hari blissfully dances with Shri Radha. Emata samaye rasika vara arambhilo rasa muralidhara Shatakoti gopi majete hari Radha saha nache ananda kori Radha saha nache ananda kori. Singing beautiful songs, the enchantress of Madhav captivates the minds of all living beings. All moving and non-moving beings are enchanted by the chaste Śrī Radha, who has defeated the pride of Chandravali. Madhava Mohini Gaya Gita Harilo Sakal Jagata Chita Stavara Janga Mohila Sati Haraolo Chandravalir Mati Haraolo Chandravalir Mati. After churning Vrajakishore's heart, Radharani disappears from the Vasanti Ras. Bhakti Vinod foresees trouble. In the absence of Radha, the Ras dance has now stopped. Matiya Varaja Kishoraman Antarita hoy Radha thokon Bhakti Vinod Paramada Gane Bhakti Vinod Paramada Gane Rasa Bhangaloyaji Radha Vihane Rasa Bhangaloyaji Radha Vihane. Next song, Shatakoti Gopi. Millions of lovely cowherd damsels are unable to keep Madhav's attention despite their great endeavor to do so. The flute calls the name of Radhika. Come here, Radhe, petitions Sham. Shatakoti Gopi Madhava Man Rakite Narilo Kore Jatana. Toveno Gite Dake Radhika Naam Esho Esho Radhe Daka Yesham Esho Esho Radhe Daka Yesham. When he goes in search of Śrī Radha, the Ras dance comes to a halt. Exclaiming, "O Radha, please save my life by giving me your darshan." Khan weeps in the forest. Bhangiya Shirasa Mandala Tabe De Radhayan Veshane Chalaye Jabe देखा दिया राधे राको हो प्राण देखा दिया राधे राको हो प्राण बोलिया कांद ये कानाने कान बोलिया कांद ये कानाने Embracing Śrī Radha and reconciling with her in a secluded grove, Śrī Hari revives his life. He says, "Without you, what is the question of performing ras? Only because of you do I live in Vraj." Nirjana kanane radhare thori miliya paran jurai hari bole to ho bina kahar ras radhe to ho bina kahar ras tu lagi mora varajavas tu lagi mora varajavas. weeping at the lotus feet of this Radhika. Bhakti Vinod says, please count me among your personal associates and keep me as a your maidservant. Ehe no Radhika charanatale Bhakti Vinod kandiya bole tu agana maje amare gani tu agana maje amare gani ke kori kori ara koya pani ke kori kori ara koya pani Varaja vipine Ramona kule Mancha manohar Shobita pule Vanaspati lata tushaye Anki tarupari koto Dakaye paki tarupari koto Dakaye paki Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Śrī Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Śrī Radhe Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hari Bol Hari Bol Oh Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. I'm just seeing now an Hare Krishna Prabhu's comment. He said that today is Śrī Govinda Dev's appearance day. I didn't know that. Very, very nice. Jai Shriman Rasa Rasaram Vi Vangshi Vata Tadhastita Karshna. Oops, sorry, wrong pranamacha. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadrumada Shrimad Ratnakara Sinhasanasto Shri Radha Śrīla Govinda Devo Prishtalavi Seva Manos Marami. Jai Shri Radha Govinda Shri Radha Govinda Ki Jai Shri Govinda Deva Ki Jai Jai Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī Pada Ki Jai. Alright. One second. Oh, so then today's a nice day to sing the song. How does it go? Actually, I have it right here. In the Gaudiya Gita Gucha, I'm not going to sing it now, but I'll just show you. In this upcoming Gaudiya Gita Gucha, I added in the pranam mantra for this song, Bandhu Sange Jadi Tava Ranga Parihas. Wait, where's Krishna? Bandhu Sange Jadi Tava Ranga Parihas Take Avilas Take Avilas. How come it's not showing me? Oh, there. Here it is. Bandhu Sange Jadi Tava. No, that's not the file I want. Krishna. Where's the Krishna chapter? Anyways, I'll do Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja. Actually, I'm going to do a short Jaidwani. Jai Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Param Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Śrī Raghunandana Guru Varga Ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Ṭhākura Ki Jai. Jai Śrī Raghunandana Guru Varga Ki Jai. Swaparshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gana Ki Jai. Shri Giriraj Mahārāja Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrindadevi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Jai Shri Vasanta-pañcamī ki Jai. Vasanta-pañcamī Titi ki Jai. Vasanti Ras ki Jai. Jai Shri Saraswati Puja ki Jai. Shri Viṣṇupriya-devī ki Jai. Jai Śrīmati Viṣṇupriya-devī ki Jai. Jai Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi ki Jai. Jai Śrī Puṇḍarīka Vidyānidhi ki Jai. Śrīla Raghunandana Ṭhākura ki Jai. Śrī Raghunātha Gosvāmī Par ki Jai. Jai Śrī Viṣvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura ki Jai. Jai Śrī Bhakti Viveka Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Bhakti Svarūpa Parvata Mahārāja ki Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinama Sankirtan ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Vigyāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Mara Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Swaparshad Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyaya Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavadaya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams. And I just want to quickly show you what I wanted to. So this is the new songbook. And before every song that's based on a verse, we're now adding in the Sanskrit verse that it's based on. And so this wonderful song, this is like one of the funnest Krishna songs to sing for me. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite, like jumpy, fun Krishna songs to sing. This one, Bandhu Sange. And it's based on this verse by Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-239. So, but I don't actually know what the meter is. Let's see. Smerang bhangi traya pari. Okay, I think I got it. Smerang bhangi traya pari pachitang shachi vistirna drishtim vangshi nyasta dhara kisalayam ujvalam chandrakena Govindakyam haritanumita keshitirtopakante ma prekshishtas tava yadisake bandhu sange stiranga. So the meaning is, O friends, if you wish to happily remain with your friends and family, then never look toward Keshigat, where the form of Hari, known as Govinda, stands smiling with his threefold bending form and casting sidelong glances. his radiant Vangshi resting on his lotus leaf-like lips, and a peacock feather gracing his head. Anyone who beholds him will never return to household life. Therefore, be cautious and avoid this sight at all costs. Jai Śrī Raghunandana Ṭhākura ki Jai. All right. Dandavat pranams, dear devotees. Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Chatamai Mataji, Nri Hari Prabhu, and Pavatarani Mataji. And let's see on YouTube and Facebook, Krishna Premavati Didi, Vangsiwala Prabhu, Vidyalala Sadidi, Ganga Mataji, Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Krishna Premavati Didi, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Hari Priya Didi, Kishore Prabhu. Who else? A lot of comments. And Krishna Mai Didi, Dandavat Pranams. And also Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji and all the devotees watching in the future. And I don't know, if you don't write a comment, I don't see your name, so I'm not ignoring anybody. Just I only say the names of those comments I see. I already mentioned Mahi Bharat Prabhu, right? Dandavat Pranams Prabhu. All right, thank you so much for joining, and tomorrow we will learn the second half of the verse, the second verse of Dashmula Tattva. Yesterday we learned the first half. Tomorrow we will learn the second half. And so I hope you'll join us for that. If you want to learn the second half, you can go look on my YouTube channel. Just look for the previous video. Or in our WhatsApp group, I gave the link. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And then the day after tomorrow is just day after day TTs, non-stop. What is it? So the day after tomorrow is Advaita Saptami, then Madhvacharya's disappearance day, then Ramanujacharya's disappearance day, then Bhaimi Akadashi and Śrīla Keshav Bhāratī Mahārāja's appearance day, then Varahadwadashi, then Nityananda Trayodashi, all one after another. Then there's a 1 day gap, the day after Nityananda Trayodashi. I mean, there's nothing on the 11th. And then after that is Narottam Das Thakur's appearance day. And then at the end of the week, on Saturday, is our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja's appearance day. And then 2 days after that is Śrīla Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's disappearance day and Śrīla Gaura Govinda Gosvāmī Mahārāja's, his appearance day and Śrīla Gaura Govinda Gosvāmī Mahārāja's disappearance day. And a couple other TTs. Interesting. And then Bhakti Saranga Gosvāmī Mahārāja, and oh my God, it just never ends. It's just TT after TT. Look at that. It's all red. Okay, so Haribol. Dandavat pranams. Thanks for joining. See you tomorrow. Haribol. Just looking at the comments on last time. Okay, Haribol.